that character was designed as kind of a jock bully. He wasn't supposed to be likable. He wasn't really supposed to last. I believe we were going to kill him at the end of season one.
There's so many sort of mysteries and storylines that we've wanted to get to over, and we'll deal with that next season. But that was the stress of this season, is there is no next season.
We could write the line ever and he would sell it and make you love him. The thing is, we always knew what the last scene was going to be for, I don't know how many years, 7 years or so.
Matarazzo, firstly, welcome to India, I would say. And
Thank
we're
you.
all very excited for I think the one of the biggest TV celebrations that we have seen in the last decade. So I would start there. How challenging was it to bring an apt closure for a legacy that you have built over 9 years?
I mean, it was a little stressful. I mean, there's probably more examples of shows that kind of crash and burn at the end and land the plane smoothly. So obviously that was on our minds. I mean, the good thing is we always knew what the last scene was going to be for, I don't know how many years, 7 years or so. And so that kind of gave us a North Star. We knew where we were going and we were confident, at least in that last scene. And then so when we were working on the season with our writers, it was all about sort of building to that moment. Can we build to that moment? How do we satisfyingly wrap up not just the story of Hawkins and the Upside Down, but the story of these characters? So, I mean, it was challenging, but we're very happy with it. The actors are very happy with it, and hopefully it resonates with the audience. We won't know till it airs on New Year's Eve.
How about you?
I think, yeah, I mean, there's so many sort of mysteries and storylines that we've wanted to get to over various seasons, and we haven't had the time, but we've just been like, oh, we'll deal with that next season. We'll deal with that next season. But that was the stress of this season, is there is no next season. So anything we want to say, any mysteries we want to resolve, any character arcs that we want to make sure reach their end, we had to resolve it this season. And so we obviously have a lot of characters, we have a lot of mysteries, and so just making sure we got it all in this season was certainly a challenge. But like Matt said, we're feeling pretty good that we checked off all the boxes that at least we wanted to check off.
Yeah. But also, like, you started this journey with this five kids who were like so new to this world of entertainment, and somewhere they got this global recognition. Somewhere, did you feel that responsibility and that protectiveness towards them over this course of this journey?
Of course, I mean, we've all seen sort of horror stories over the years of child actors. It doesn't always go smoothly as they transition into adulthood. But I think so. We have been very protective of them and concerned, but it's honestly been such an incredible journey and such a relief to see what amazing people they've become, what amazing adults they've grown into. And I think, I'd love to take credit, but I think the key honestly was that they all had each other. It wasn't just one of them, it was a group of them, and they were all going through this experience together, filming the show over so many years, the spotlight, all of that, the pressures that come along with the spotlight. But because they were all in it together and they could share that experience and talk to each other, they really managed it beautifully. They really did.
Yeah. But like, I have to ask you, which character's journey or and the reception from the audience kind of surprised you the most, or like the growth that you love the most?
I mean, so many of them, I would say, and Ross and I initially didn't have any interest in television, and we wanted to make movies and kind of stumbled into it. But it's something that we've come to love about it, is because it is ongoing, and because the story is kind of being written as you're even shooting, that it is constantly evolving, and the characters constantly surprise you. And a lot of that is because of the actors. So you cast these actors who are maybe a little bit different than you imagined. You get to know the actors. You're surprised by what they're doing, and that influences the journey of those actors. I mean, I think the most obvious example is Steve and Joe Keery, and that character was designed as kind of a jock bully. He wasn't supposed to be likable. he wasn't really supposed to last. I believe we were going to kill him at the end of season 1. And Joe was just so charming, and we could write the line ever and he would sell it and make you love him. So that led us to giving him a bigger and bigger role as the seasons went by, eventually pairing him with Dustin. So I would say his arc is one of the biggest and probably the one that surprises the most.
But thank you so much for giving us the legacy that will be remembered for years to come. And I think my lifetime will at least go in that. But thank you so much for that. And really waiting eagerly for the season to drop.
Thank
So
you
thank
so
you
much,
so
man.
much.
We appreciate
All
that.
the best.
Thank you.
Thank you.